I'm Eddie Garcia, co-host of the Puck Podcast with your Puck Podcast Hockey Minute, a recap of the night in the NHL, and a preview of tonight's action. Another busy night in the NHL, 13 games on the schedule, highlighted by the Capitals beating the Senators in Ottawa in overtime 1-0. The lone goal was scored by Washington star Alexander Ovechkin, career goal number 874, moving him 21 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's career goal-scoring record. It was Ovechkin's 21st goal in 29 games this season. Logan Thompson had 24 saves in net for Washington as he gets his second straight shutout for the Metropolitan Division leading team, while goalie Levi Merilainen was the tough luck loser, 26 saves in the loss for Ottawa, allowing just the one goal. Senators remain 1 point back of Boston for the final wildcard spot in the East. The Oilers were down 3-0 in the first period in Colorado before storming back with four unanswered goals in a 4-3 win. Connor McDavid gets his 20th of the season, while defenseman Evan Bouchard scored the lone goal of the third period, and that was the game winner. Edmonton has won 8 of 9. In the loss for Colorado star Nathan MacKinnon had two goals, numbers 16 and 17. He now leads the NHL with 72 points on the season. The Maple Leafs edged the Devils 4-3 in overtime. William Nylander had two goals, numbers 25 and 26, including the overtime game winner. Austin Matthews, a pair of goals for Toronto, numbers 16 and 17. In the loss for New Jersey, Nico Hischier had two goals, numbers 21 and 22, and Jack Hughes added his 18th. Devils head coach Sheldon Keefe, former Leafs head coach, lost in his first game back in Toronto. New Jersey has just one regulation win in its last 9 games. Red Wings down the Panthers in Florida 5-2. Dylan Larkin, two goals, numbers 19 and 20. Goalie Cam Talbot had 41 saves in net against the defending champs. Detroit's won 8 of 9, but Florida is 3 points back of Toronto now for first in the Atlantic Division. Blue Jackets beat the Sharks 4-1 to extend their winning streak to 6 in a row. Kent Johnson had his 12th, Adam Fantilli his 11th, and goalie Elvis Merzlikins made 18 saves in net for Columbus. In the loss for San Jose, Tyler Toffoli scored his 17th. Columbus has moved in front of Boston and now holds the number one wildcard spot in the East. Canadians beat the Stars in Dallas 3-1. Montreal scored twice in the third period to pull out the victory. Alex Newhook gets the game-winning goal. Rookie goalie Jakub Dobish made 32 saves in net to improve to 4-0 on the season and 4-0 in his career. All 4 wins have been on the road against really good competition: Florida, Colorado, Washington, and Dallas. Montreal's 11-2-1 in their last 15 games and moved 1 point out of the final wildcard spot in the East. The Blues down the Flames 4-1. Braden Shen scored 2 goals for St. Louis, numbers 9 and 10. Jordan Kyrou added his 20th, while goalie Joel Hofer had 28 saves in net as St. Louis sweeps the home-and-home series from Calgary. The Flames have just one win in their last 11 games against the Blues, and St. Louis moved 1 point back of Calgary for the final wildcard spot in the West. Meanwhile, the Kings roll over the Canucks 5-1. LA jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first 10 minutes thanks to a pair of goals from rookie Alex Turcotte, numbers 6 and 7. Adrian Kempe added his 21st, while goalie Darcy Kemper made 20 saves in net. Vancouver has lost 6 of 7, also remain 1 point behind Calgary for the final wildcard spot in the West. The Central Division leading Jets got by the Kraken 2-1. Defenseman Dylan DeMello scored the game winner for Winnipeg with 27 seconds left in regulation. Mark Scheifele added his 27th of the season, and Connor Hellebuck had 18 saves in net to get his NHL leading 28th win of the season. Rangers knock off the Utah Hockey Club on the road 5-3 with 3 unanswered third period goals. Artemi Panarin had 2 goals, numbers 18 and 19. Chris Kreider's 14th of the year was the game winner. Utah drops to 5-8-4 on home ice this season. Lightning down the Ducks 4-3 in a shootout. Jake Gensel had a goal in regulation, his 22nd, and a goal in the shootout for Tampa Bay. Braden Point added his 26th of the season in the win. Flyers down the Islanders on Long Island 5-3. Philadelphia outscored New York 3-0 in the second period to help get the win. In the loss for the Islanders, Andre Lee scored his 20th of the season. And the Predators edged the Blackhawks 3-2 in a shootout. Steven Stamkos had a goal in regulation, his 15th, and in the shootout for Nashville in the win. Philip Forsberg added his 13th of the season, also his 300th career goal, while in the loss, Connor Bedard had his 13th goal of the season for Chicago. Coming up tonight, just 2 games on the schedule. 7 Eastern, it's the Penguins and the Sabres, while the Hurricanes host the Pacific Division leading Golden Knights. I'm Eddie Garcia. If you like this, we have a recap and preview of the night in the NHL every weekday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and check out our podcast recapping the past week in the NHL every Monday morning, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast. Just search Puck Podcast.